Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Dr. Adnan Malik. I'm a Takaful practitioner and academician. I have a PhD degree in Islamic Business and Finance, and I have worked for 15 years in insurance and Takaful companies. And since 2015, I switched to academia. And since then, I'm teaching insurance and the subjects. So I keep working experience of around 25 years, 15 years in field, and 10 years in academia. Based on my 15 years experience in insurance and the corporate industry, I authored three books. And one of my book, which was published in 2019, I'll be introducing that book in this session. Uh, Here you can see my picture. It's my latest picture. Uh, so my first book, which I published in 2016, uh, sharing the background, I was teaching on visiting basis since 2011-12, and at that time I realized that there is no a proper book for beginners of insurance and Takaful. So I started working on it and published it in 2016, which was declared Best Book of the Year by Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. In 2017, that same book was translated into Urdu, our national language. And in 2019, Palgrave Macmillan, one of the world leading publisher, published this book through its Bible, Springer Nature. This book can be accessed at this link. Now, coming towards this book, it has around 12 chapters. And as I mentioned, it is written for beginners, especially students. And it's written in a very simple way. The content of this book is structured in a logical way that develops students' thinking, in a logical way that develops student thinking, started from simple insurance concepts, and moving on to specialized processes. And they are supported with examples, mini cases. For supporting theory, templates from our partner, Pakat and Takaful companies are also displayed. So coming towards its first chapter, which is insurance, this chapter introduces the basic concepts of insurance, premium, sum insured, client, and with that, a person get to know the concept of insurance, history of insurance when it started, and then functions of insurance, creation of common pool, equitable premium, risk transfer mechanism, and then there are principles of insurance, which are of most good faith, insurable interest, subrogation, indemnity, contribution. So all these principles are explained in this chapter. And then there are benefits of insurance for individual and society. Moving on to the second chapter, which is insurance from Sharia perspective. In this chapter, we discuss why Islamic scholars object insurance based on the presence of interest, uncertainty, and gambling in the process of insurance. Insurance model is given in this chapter. So these are the objections which Islamic scholars raised against the system of insurance. Then comes the third chapter, which is the confidential Sharia compliance. In this chapter, we have tried to address, we have tried to explain that why Islamic scholars consider the Takaful to be Sharia compliant alternative of insurance, and how the objections of interest, uncertainty, and gambling are addressed in the Takaful. And it also gave history of the Takaful, generic model of the Takaful. So moving towards the fourth chapter, which talks about risk. What is risk? What are the types of risk? What are the risk management techniques? And what the religion Islam says about risk management, how it encourages it, and what are the practices which were pre-Islamic in pre-Islamic era, and which were allowed to use by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which became the basis for the Takaful as well. Moving towards fifth chapter, which is the Takaful model. And in the Takaful model, the different prevailing Takaful models are explained as Wakala model, Wakala Waqf model, Mudarba model. Then comes the sixth chapter, which is Family Takaful. It explains the family Takaful coverages and the riders which can be attached to it, and how savings are calculated in family Takaful, the unit pricing methodology, the generic planes of family Takaful, the supplementary benefits which can be attached. Then comes the general takaful, which talks about property takaful, motor, house takaful, building takaful, marine takaful, and allied panels which can be attached to these coverages. Then comes the eighth chapter, which is re takaful. Takaful companies take takaful coverages for themselves as well. This chapter talks about its concept, its mechanism, its types, motives, and the issues and challenges which re takaful companies face. Then comes the chapter 9, which is distribution channels, how the Takaful companies distribute their products among their customers through their exclusive agents, through independent agents, and through brokers, and through internet, through Banca Takaful. So in this chapter, these channels are explained. Then comes the 10th chapter, which is underwriting management, how the Takaful company assess a client risk, how they decide that which of the risks they're going to accept, and how they decide how much payment the customer has to contribute into the Takaful fund, and what can be the conditions for it, and the process of it. So, process of writing in life, health, motor, building, cash, marine. Then comes the 11th chapter, which is claims management. And here comes when the covered loss occurs, how the covered company has to pay the compensation to the family, the claim process in family takaful, in general takaful, and marine. So that process is explained, the calculations are made into it, the role of surveyor is explained in general takaful. And then comes the 12th chapter, which is regulating and supervising takaful. Whenever a company claims to be Sharia compliant, whether it's the Kaful company or anywhere else, there's always a need of hiring a Sharia advisor who confirms and ensure that all the processes are taking place within Sharia ambit. So in Takaful, Sharia advisor and Sharia board ensure that the Kaful companies are following their procedure in a Sharia compliant way. All the money is invested in Sharia compliant way. Surpluses are calculated in Sharia compliant way. So this chapter explains all these procedures and the role of Sharia advisor in this whole process. So that's the summary of all the chapters. And in onward videos, I'll be explaining each and every chapter. And stay tuned and keep on watching and liking the videos if you really like it. And please share it with your friends so that I keep on motivated and creating more videos for sharing more and more knowledge. Thank you so much, and fi aman Allah.